Hello everyone and welcome to JCGaming. Today we are going to be doing some net fishing. Um, I have purchased the new Arctic Pioneer boat. As you can see, it's a pretty good sized boat. We have a 500 kilo capacity, and I went out and dropped 15 nets just to get us started so you guys can come in and start watching the actual hauling of fish and catching fish. And I also learned a little bit more about the GPS. So like the way the fish come on, the M is where the boat is at, and then the first amount of line to catch, I mean the best place to drop them is like where the numbers, between the numbers and the M, and then if you get between the numbers and the little arrow going down, it's the last place to actually drop on. But I think that's a lot to do with lobster and crab fishing, since these fish move around a whole lot more than lobster and crabs do. But so yeah, we're not going to be setting any more nets. I have one that is actually ready to go there, but we're going to pull out, I believe Nora is the best for net hauling. Yeah, 10, 12 on that one. So we're going to put Nora out here, and then I'm going to be the other person to do this, and we'll worry about this here shortly because I have them set up where it's going to be Nora and Emma doing machine gutting, Rudy and Derek doing freezing, and then Victor and Josh doing stacking. And that's probably going to be the fastest way to get this done. If we get on a good population, which we're doing pretty good for population right here. I'm thinking the net should be pulling in around 20,000 kilos apiece. I did a little test run last night to check, and I want to fill this boat up. So I went out and I put down 15 nets for us. So right now, I actually forgot, I need to put her back for a second because we had to skip time still. So we're currently at 3 hours, and we need to be at like 19 hours. So we're going to go into the captain's chair here, get out, and we're going to bump this ahead 16 hours. And then our first net turned blue. So we're going to go and start picking that up now. So I'm going to put her back in that spot. I moved her so she wouldn't get tired, just in the process of speeding up time. So we're going to come over here, start picking up nets, and hopefully we got a 15 on here. Alright, so this one you actually have to hit the left mouse button to start, and then you can hit it going up or going back down. So we're going to go ahead on the going down because it's easier to do. And only 13 fish on this net. The max I believe you can get total is 15s. So hopefully the other ones here will be better. Oh man, and I think that messes that up too when you miss. But really what I want is redfish and haddock anyway, so I mean if I miss on a silver hawk, whatever. So I think I'm going to do one run like this, and then maybe one run with long lines, and it's the same thing to fill the boat up. I don't want to do it and not fill the boat up. With 15 nets, we should be able to pull in, if we hit good, like 300,000. If we hit bad, it could be 75,000. So like we only got 8,000 in this one. So we're going to cruise over to the next one here, see if we can do any better on the next one. And I'll put Emma out to start hand gutting, since she's got some fish, and let that pile up a little bit before I put the freezers out there, since there's only one person gutting at the moment. This boat does take a little while to turn, so I'm going to hope to be lined up better for the third net down there here in a second. Slow down a little bit before we overshoot it. Try to get lined up here. Hopefully, like I said, we're looking at some good sonars, so I'm hoping that we hit some 15s. Of quite a few 15s actually. I did put 15 nets out, so we have a few chances. Alright, in this one we have 14, so we're getting closer. That's good. It's funny because last night I was hitting like almost everything but the Silver Hawk on perfect. The other thing is the icon when it's going across the screen for pollock and haddock look the same for this part of the game. But I'll show you here in a minute how much fish we caught on this one. Hopefully we're at the 12 to 15 range, I guess, on this one would be good. Obviously the more perfects I get, the better amount of fish we're going to have too. Alright, final one. Alright, so we got only 9,000 on that one too. I mean, it's a good spot. Alright, boat, we're going forward, not backward. Come on. There you go. Now you're going the right direction. Hopefully we get some 15s now. There we go. Now if I can just hit perfects too, it'd be even better. Good chance of hitting 20k fish that way. I mean, and obviously if there's more silver hawk, we're going to be lower amounts. But I can put out 9 to 10 of these in the time it takes me to put out one long line, and the one long line will be 60,000 fish in 60,000 kilos in a good spot. Whereas if I can get these in a good spot, I can get 15-20k per piece. So we're looking at 3-4 times the amount of fish. And more catching instead of just watching the boat cruise around and drop stuff off. That was a bad one. Okay. We want perfects. Yeah, when I first started playing, so I thought you had to get them all on the upward. I don't understand this. I was getting 20s last night with the same density of fish. I mean, look at this. That's a lot of fish over one kilometer. I mean, granted we're doing 165 meter nets, but still. I mean, I guess this kind of is a spot, but there are some good ones coming up. It was denser on the second and third row. I'm gonna overshoot this one. I'm not gonna hit it on the right side, I don't think. Yeah, no. Gonna have to back up to it and get it. Alright. We'll back up and turn to the right. No, if it'll ever back up now. I wish there was a way to like put a plotter down for picking up the nets too, like you can with the long line of putting a straight line out there. Alright, Let's get turn a little more to the right. As soon as we start going forward, we'll turn to the left. Any second, there we go. Now we're going forward. Alright, so I'm going to slow the speed down because I don't want to shoot way past the next one. I want to try to get lined up here. And I mean, we got number 7 already, and we're still got 4 and 5 on this row to go. Already turning blue. We don't want to be down at the end and have the last one turning back to green. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Just going to start worrying about each individual net by itself, not worry about the other ones. We'll hopefully get this done and get some perfects and some goods, no OKs, no misses, have some good nets. And the best part about these nets too, you don't have to go back and rebait. You can just put them back out if you didn't catch enough fish. Well, that and we have a lot of them. I'll show you the back of the deck here in a minute. This right here, our double stack, that's 120 nets sitting there, well, plus the ones we have in the water. But as you can see, these are already starting to turn, so we need to get going on the next ones now. So we gotta come back across this way and then go back across that way still to get that last one over there. So we got 11,000 on that one, a little better. And there are boats out here fishing, so I mean, it's not like I'm trying to fish in a bad spot here. I think I'm going to hit the backside over here on this one instead of trying to turn around into there. Because we have to come back around and do a little U-turn anyway, so just come right over here and hit this one and then start going back this way. I don't believe the other ones have changed. Going either, yeah, we still got and then another 15 minutes. But yeah, we're still plenty of time to get these all done. As long as I don't bugger things up and miss nets and drive past them and miss fish. I mean, we're already at 38,000. So I mean, this is half basically of what a 10,000 hook, more than half of what a 10,000 hook fish, and we'll have, like I said, you can probably get like 9 to 10 nets out in the same amount of time as it takes to put 1,000 meter long line out. So if we can get, 110,000 pounds off of, 10 nets, or even 100,000 pounds, it's better than putting out one long line. But I am going to be doing some long lining too, just to show you the difference, and it's just a different aspect of the game, and I want to show all the aspects of the game instead of, just deep lining and crab fishing and lobster fishing. We'll be doing some trawling at some point too. I don't have a trawler yet, but we have quite a bit of money right now because we're in major debt. We have like $27 million in loans out. So we'll get these fish in, see where we're at for after 5 nets. Like I said, I think we could probably get 10 nets out. I didn't actually time it, but it takes a long time to get 1,000 meter net out, or line out, I mean. It's got 10,000 hooks, 1,000 meters long. I mean, definitely catch a lot of fish, but time-wise, I think this is more efficient. Because you're still traveling about the same speed while you're putting the nets in. Plus I can get this up to speed and drop it off, and we can coast probably half the distance at a higher speed than we can when we're, let's see, 22,000 on this one. Well worth the effort there. Let's see, we're going to go to here, and back to here, and we'll be lined up pretty close. Let's see where these girls are at. She's got 7,000 pounds. We're going to go ahead and put Josh over here to start helping. And then we're going to put these two guys over here to start freezing. I want to wait till this thing starts flashing before I start picking the next one up. Come on. Start collecting your experience points. Let's go. I may have to just pick up this one and then travel to the next one, and hopefully they've started already. Alright, there goes the guy gutting. So the other one should come right along behind too. Like I said, we could just get through these lines and see where we're at after 15 lines, and I mean it's basically 1.5 deep line or long lines. So as long as we have more than 100,000 fish after 15 lines, we're ahead of the game. Which I'm pretty sure we will. Because we're like 60,000 I think before this line, and that's one long line, so I'm figuring we're gonna have probably closer to 150-ish. Be doing better if I hit more perfects though. If you have any questions too, make sure and feel free to comment on the video, ask any questions, like and subscribe if you like the content. That way I know that people are actually enjoying watching these. I know this is a new channel, but I'm up for suggestions too. Alright, so the last one just turned blue, so he's at the 1840 or higher mark. So we're going to have to get out here and start getting these things picked up fairly quick. Alright, so once this guy gets to about 5,000, we're going to move this guy over and start having him stack. And hopefully we'll be close to being done with the picking up of the nets. And then I can put Nora over here to gutting, and put Josh over here to helping with the stacking. But as you can see, I mean, we've got a good amount of fish down here, so I mean we should be catching full nets here. At least I think we should. Start right away into this, and only 14 on this one. That's not a good sign. Although this wasn't my good side over here. The good side was the right side of the map, so that's fine. If I can hit a few more perfects, we might hit 13,000 maybe on this one. I mean, heck, I'd be happy if we could have 10,000 on each of the nets. I mean, that's going to be 150,000 right there for an average. The first couple were, 8s and 9s, but we're still doing fine here. Plenty of fish. Got to make sure and keep checking on the tips though, to make sure that we don't overfish a certain area and then we don't have a place to fish. A lot of haddock. lot of silver hawk on this one. It's going to be a little bit light, I believe. Yeah, only 8,000. But I mean, you can look at this too. We got not a whole lot of redfish in that one. The one where we caught redfish, there's pollock, haddock, redfish. I don't know, there's quite a bit of pollock and haddock coming through this area, which is good. We're just going to go ahead and read all those real quick, get rid of all that stuff. As you see here, this was my one long line, or two. I put out like 5 long lines for that amount. And then this here was just a set of like 6 or 7 nets. Trying to get a little idea of what it was going to do. And since I was rigged for nets for this trip, I just decided to keep it with nets and see what happens. If I can't turn into that thing, I'm going to have to hit it on the back side. Hopefully I can turn a little to the left here and still catch it. Gotta turn at the last second though, so I keep going straight that way towards the other nets. There we go, that's a good spot right there, I think. Kind of keep us lined up for the next ones. Oh, come on. I wasn't over the line. Backup of shame right here. I mean, I guess I could just keep going straight and go down here to the other end. It's just so hard to turn this boat. And I keep forgetting I have side thrusters too. So, alright, let's turn, come on. A little more fuel, a little more throttle. Come back around. And hit it going the other way. Hopefully we won't be over the line. You can't quite tell where the line's at the moment, but it should be to our right now. I want to just coast over this and pick it up. Alright, let's see where we're at on this one. Now we're back up to 15, so just that one net, that's good. So I thought I picked a pretty good spot here for picking up fish. Just have to go through the gear and see what happens. Kind of like crabfish, you just kind of have to go through the gear and keep putting it back down and grinding on it. I think what I'd like to do though is I'd like to go grab a setup for long lines and see how long it takes to put out one long line, and then go through and see how many nets I can put out in that same amount of time. To see what kind of average I can get. Obviously doing it the way I'm doing it, where it's back and forth, is not as efficient because I have to stop and turn directions, but I was trying to blanket the area since I knew there was fish in the area. Alright, so we got 9,000 with that one, and it was only, unfortunately, I mean, that was a 15, so I mean it should have been better than that, but we're still coasting from the last throttle to this one here, so I should be able to catch this one pretty easily too. I mean, it might be the current taking us too, but we're doing good. Problem is we're catching a lot of the smaller fish in here too. Whereas, you know, like, you know, each tuna or swordfish you bring up is 200 kilograms, and each one of these is probably like 5 kilograms or less. And I keep buggering up the hidden perfects too, which is not helping me for catching the best quality or best quantity. I'd like to find an area of like maybe redfish, haddock, and pollock, and set some nets out and see how I do without having so much silver hawk come in. That's a haddock. Alright, so that one was 14,000, so I mean we're at 107,000 already, and we still have 6 nets to go. So you know we've already surpassed the amount that we were looking for to cover the amount of distance we can cover with the long lines. This one's way over there though, so we'll get over here, get this one, get turned around. Let's see how much time we got on that last one here real quick. Yeah, it's only 1940, so we're still doing plenty of time here to get all of them. That's the one thing I was worried about too, was getting all of the nets picked up in a timely fashion. I mean, that probably is the one good thing about doing the long line too, is you can pick up a lot more fish in a shorter amount of time and get onto your next line. So I'm just trying to do some trial and error here, things to figure it out and see if we can make it work. Another 15, starting off with the redfish, that's good. Give us the big fish, the haddock and the redfish. And have me hit a bunch of perfects would be great. Silver hawk on that one. Trying to sort of pay attention here. Oh man, I missed one. That was the best I did. 10 perfects in a row. See if we can finish off with a couple of perfects too. And I got one perfect in there, but that was worth 11,000. So we're still doing pretty darn good here. And unfortunately, I believe that our girl here is going to get tired in a second and want to quit working on us. Why did it not change back over here? I want to go this way. Thank you. All right. Let's see how she's doing. She's still got a little stamina left. How much she got left? Max stamina 5, and she's probably got like 1 left, so hopefully she'll have enough to finish this off. Since we've used up, what, 4 of hers already? I may have to bring somebody else over to help me with the last couple lines. Well, that was a weird sound. Something I hadn't heard before. Sounded like the stuff was scraping up against the side of the ship. There we go. Come on, JC, pay attention here. We don't want no okays, no misses. I can deal with goods. I can prefer perfects, but I'm okay with goods. Goods are better. Goods are better. We got 13 fish in this one, so it's probably gonna be like, I don't know, 8,000 pounds. I'm not sure if missing him damages the net on this one or not, because it's not showing a little icon of the net being damaged up above. So yeah, 7,500, not very good. But you know, we're 126,000 kilos right now. Alright, I think the next one's right over here. Yeah, it's just starting to flicker on the... There we go. I'll just bump that forward a little bit. Try to get lined up with that over there, and then we can adjust as we get closer here. But I think it's right there, and it's kind of heading off that direction, so I don't know why we're turned so sideways. We must have some really strong currents right now. Yeah, 34 this direction. What would that be? Well, we're heading northeast. That'd be like south, heading towards the southeast for the current. So it's pushing us off every single time. I mean, I can't anchor up when I pick these things up, so I guess it kind of is what it is, but it's a little annoying having to travel back over that because we picked up the last net right in here. So it's a little annoying having to travel all the way back over here to get one, then slide back here, then travel back up, and then slide back here. We'll make it work though. As you can see, we're only doing like 11 kilometers an hour. That's because we're fighting the current. There's some lobsters right there. That will be something I've been looking for in the near future. I'm going to be starting marking crabs in like middle of October, and then I'll start marking lobster towards the end of crab season. Because this boat will do lobsters too. It'll hold 120 lobster pots, and you can set the lobster pots up to go 10 at a time. And so if we're doing that, we can put out 10 sets of them. I don't know how fast it is or how long it takes to pick them up, or you know, the blueness on those, if it stays like 18 to 24 hours and it starts turning back to green or what. I know the nets and long lines are 23. The deep lines are quite a bit longer. I really don't want to see all this silver hawk. I want to see some other stuff. These are small fish. Not as many kilos. I think that was a pollock though. That's a haddock. You can tell all the silver hawk when they come aboard on the Longline, because they're the only fish that flips around like the cod used to do in fishing Barents Sea. Man, I did really horrible in this one. I had very few perfects. Yeah, but it's still 17,000 pounds, so... And see, somehow we went past that one, so now we're going to pick this. We just kind of strolled past that one. We should have just picked that one up too, but we're going to come back to that one, I think. Well, let me look at the time first. 21 hours. This one's at 20... Yeah, man, what do I do here? Yeah, I think I'm going to pick this one up and then back up to that one, I think. I mean, since we're right here already, or maybe I'll take the next two and then turn around, make it easy on myself. Oh, only 10 on this one. That's not good. Look at that big fish coming through there, man. That's a big haddock. I'll take a bunch of those. That'd be fine. Oh, great. Now she's going to leave. So it means I have to find someone else to put in the net spot here in a minute before we can catch either nets, because I don't believe it'll let me do it with just me here. It might though. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna try it. Now, what's the worst that happens? It says no, you can't do that. But I believe you have to have two people to haul the net. This one's gonna be bad, yeah. 4,000 pounds. Wow, that was crappy. Alright, let's cruise over here and see if I can pick up this net without getting somebody else. I'll have this ready just to drop Victor into that spot here if I need to, since I haven't put him onto stacking yet. give Nora here some food. But I want to, hopefully, if I can, just do it myself. Need another crew member, so that's fine. Alright, so we got the crew member in there even though he's not there. So he's really not doing anything yet. And hopefully I can move him and move him back before he even gets over here. So that we save his energy. He doesn't spend any energy on this. I can spend his energy on doing other stuff. But we're probably going to have to do some damage control here in a minute, because that's like several buoys that have scraped on the side of the boat. Stamina up more, but the only way to do that is to get her out there working, and she runs out of stamina so fast that it's hard to keep her working. Alright, so let me put him back real quick, back to rest for a minute, and then we're going to try and pick this one up like this. And as soon as we get close over here, I'll bring him over. He's walking back down the walkway right now. Look off to the side here, you can probably see me. There he is right there. And this is the freezer and the stack area over here, so when they go to start doing that, you'll see him walk into there. But we're at, what, 153,000 right now, kilos. Alright, let's put him, now that he's walked back into the cabin, put him there now. And then we can grab this one. And I'll start, and hopefully we'll have most of it done before he gets over here. So I have a general idea which way the fish are traveling. And I'll say that here in a second when I get done with this. I can just look at the map again. Because unfortunately, you can't stop this. I mean, you can, I guess, hit escape and pause the game, but you can't look at other aspects of moving people around or changing the map or anything like that until you've done this little mini game here. So hopefully we get like 10,000 on this one. We've got 15 fish here. I'm not hitting very many perfect, so that could be a problem. 15 would be better. 20 would be great. But with my poor perfect skills at the moment. Oh, we got 18. Good. Okay. Alright, so we have 18,000 here, 17,000 here. I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over to here. She's going to keep resting for a little while. And then I'm going to end up moving Josh over here and putting Emma in there because she's a better machine getter. Because we still have 137,000 pounds of fresh fish to have them work. And while they're doing all that stuff, I'm going to, what I want to do is, what I did was I came over here and I set one line going out this way and came back up, set one line going this way, came back up, set one line going this way, because I really wasn't seeing much for fish over here, even though it looked like they're heading this direction. So what I want to do is I want to go over here and look and see if they're over here more, and see if we can get a higher density in this area over here. So we're going to travel to about there, and when we get over here, it should be just about time for her to come out and start working, I think. Yeah, not quite yet. She's not quite stamina up yet. But I am going to need Josh for some help over here on preparing the pots if I can find the fish. And I'm not seeing anything on the sonar at the moment. But yeah, 18,000, so we got 5,600, 5,700, 4,500, and 2,500 on that one. And then the big one was, how was it, 22? It's 7, 68, 52, 29. So we had some good catches in there, and we'll hopefully be able to find the fish here in a second. I should probably just leave him on gutting for right now because there's already one net out there ready to go. And this just looks like it might be a swordfish area, so might have to go find a different place. Gonna have to kind of search around a little bit. Like I said, I wasn't seeing anything over here before, so, but I'm seeing boats up in this area, so maybe I should travel up to here. So you see boats there, boats here. They're coming into this area here, so I'm thinking this might be a good spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to, what have we got, 4.7. Let's go at an angle like this, and then we'll take a second line and put them this way, and we'll do, what, 10 up, 10 down maybe? Put this back on autopilot so he automatically, you know, gets to go in the right direction and starts. Then we can look at the catching already on the sonar here. That's a pollock. That's haddock, I believe. Might be mackerel. I'm not sure. Try to get straightened up. I don't know what that little spot right there was. But as you see, we got 99% here, so we're still good on the repair too. Little lobster down there. Some haddock or something. That's a swordfish. I want to see where I can start getting, you know, 2 or 3 fish onto a thing here. Unfortunately, there's the boat way up there. Maybe I need to travel a little further forward. And let's just do that. We'll go ahead to there. That still gives us 3.7. So we should have plenty to catch fish on. How are these guys doing? Alright. Josh can go over here to start stacking. Gonna bring Nora out, start gutting. We'll go back to watching the sonar and see what we got here. And as soon as we have some good sonars fishing, and that's really not that great right there. I can't quite tell what he's doing there. If he's net fishing or if he's longlining, or I mean, it doesn't show any gear in his boat, so you can't really look and tell. That's a good chunk of fish right there in a small area, so that's kind of what we're looking for. We're gonna, I think, start setting right here, which means I need to pull Josh back over here. Yeah, we'll use Josh for this. Have him prep. I got the autopilot working, so the boat speed is controlled by it, and it should keep us on this straight line, so this should stay right in the middle. If it doesn't, I can adjust and steer accordingly so it doesn't go over here and damage the net. As soon as I get Josh back here in his little hole, I'll click the button and he'll start preparing the next net. Then we can go back to watching sonar again too. It still looks pretty decent here. Alright, so get that one in there. He's in his hole. Come on, start preparing it, please. Start preparing it, please. Come on, Josh. I know it's a lot of work, but do it anyway. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I figured, you know, 10 up, 10 back, and see what happens from there. So I'm going to keep an eye on the sonar now. Just going to see what we have coming through here. I mean, I'd like to see it a little denser than this, but I mean, that'll work. I did see a good spot right back here by this guy, so I mean, they're definitely in the general area. There's some more right there. That's a tuna fish. I'm not sure how the tuna fish don't get caught in the net, or maybe they just go through the net. I'm not sure. But he's preparing nets. He's got the next one out already. The one thing I do have to remember is when we're done net fishing, I need to make sure that he doesn't set another net. Like as soon as we start putting this one out, I need to pull him off that so that he doesn't put another net to prepare if we go to like longlining or lobster fish, whatever we're going to be doing. I believe the lobster fishing is going to be set from out here and pulled from up here, but I'm not positive on that. I've never seen the lobster fishing done on this boat, ship, whatever you want to call it. Still quite a bit of fish coming through. I mean, like I said, we're looking at that's where I want to see right there. I want to see lots of fish like this right here. And this is obviously over a 1 kilometer area, but that's what we're blanketing is that 1 kilometer area. I mean, I would put out 40 nets, but I think 40 nets would be too much. I mean, we got 172,000 pounds or kilos off of 15. So multiply that by 2, it'd be 340. Yeah, I mean, 40 would probably be if we were starting from scratch. But again, then we have to worry about time frame of picking them up too, because I mean, they will start to be too long. In fact, what I might do is I'll put this 10 out, then I'll skip forward ahead like 2 hours, and then I'll put the next 10 out before I run back to the first one, and skip forward to that 19-hour mark so that we make sure we have enough time. Look at all the fish coming through right now. This is on 100 meters now. Look what it's going to be, like 1,000, even thicker. Yeah, this is a good spot here. And that's where we just landed that net too. Unfortunately, I believe those are cod, so cod's out of season right now. It doesn't start until, I believe, September. Let me look at the map real quick here, the wiki. Fish types. Cod is not until December 1st, so we'll be crab fishing at that point. I'm not sure how much crabbing everybody wants to do or not, but I'd like to do, you know, at least a good few, probably a couple, 2 or 3 episodes of it, streams of it, because it is something different that we're not normally doing. And we are not moving very fast right now. What's going on? Why did the speed stop? Autopilot's still on. Come on. There we go. Now we're moving. Okay. And straighten back out, so that's fine. So we still got fish coming through. That's a good thing. So that's net 5. Still got quite a ways to go here on our net be ready area. Are we traveling against the current again? Is that what we're doing? Is that why it's going so slow? I mean, we're full throttle and we're only doing 10 kilometers an hour. There we go. Let's see what the... Yeah, we're still 34. I think that's the current. I don't know, maybe it's just the wind. 34 kilometers an hour at us, and so it's making it hard for us to push into it. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take and lay these 10 nets out here. Again, skip forward the 2 hours or whatever, and then lay a set of nets going right through here. If I can swing it, and they don't move before I get there. There we go. Now we're doing 15, 16. I don't know what was going on there for a second. See how these guys are doing. Oh yeah, they're racking right away. I mean, they're moving right along, so that's good. Set the next net. And again, that's a cod, I believe. But we definitely have some haddock and some tuna fish too. But I believe that's haddock also. There's going to be a lot of haddock in this one here. Not a bunch of redfish, which is fine. Maybe we'll move up on the north side of this and we'll be slaying the redfish on the other set of 10 nets. But that's a cod there, haddock. That's probably a tuna fish at the top there. Which would be weird because we should be able to see it if it's right up here at the top. Oh, interesting. We're just gonna keep cruising along and banging nets out and see what we can do for fishing. There's a crab and a lobster right there. And he has not set the next net. Come on, buddy. Get it ready. Bigger gap than I like to have, but that's fine. I don't know why he didn't set that net. Or get it prepared, I mean. Drop it out. Don't let this get too far over. The boat's actually correcting and turning to the left a little bit too because it's not with the autopilot, so we get that straightened out before we get the next one set. And he's got the next one already ready to go, so we're ready. So look at all the fish in here too. Doing good. Like I said, I think we're gonna do good on these sets of nets. It's probably gonna, let's see, we'll have 230,000 available. We're adding 5 extra nets. Maybe I should do 10 and 5. Even if we only come in at like 400,000, I don't want to waste the net time to put them out. And I don't know. We already got 10 out, so maybe I'll just do the extra 10 too. Looks like there's a boat right there, but there's not one. That's weird. I know we're not that close to the edge of the map. I mean, we are close, but it's still a ways to go. Alright, so let's get one more net out here. Is he already set? Yeah, he's already set, okay. So 10 nets or 20 nets or 15. I don't know which ones to do at the moment. There's a lot of haddock coming through. Unless those are all mackerel. Let me look at the little wiki. I don't know, those might be mackerels. I might be fishing in a spot that has nothing going on. But those boats are not trawling boats. So if they were trawling boats out here, I could believe it. That's something else I want to do, is a little bit of trawling too. That might be something we look into. But they kind of tweak the mechanics on it, and you can really easily snap off your trawl lines, which is, like I said before, $100,000 a piece to go repair it. Alright, so now it looks like we're getting swordfish and stuff, so let's clear this out. And what I want to do, they already moved, but I want to go and put the other ones right across through here. So I'm going to up to here, and then back to, let's say, here. And then we'll put the next line in coming down to, I don't know, somewhere in here. And we'll make sure the autopilot's on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit V. Actually, we're going to look at this real quick, see how, yeah, he can stand to be bumped forward 2 hours. I think I might even do 3 hours. Let's do 3 hours, so we have, oh nice, we got some levels up too. Alright, so we're going to start moving here in a second. At least we should. And the autopilot is on, isn't it still? No, it clicked off, man. Alright. So the autopilot's on, we're going to start moving, and as soon as we do, I'll start setting the net. Even though this still looks like a lot of mackerel, so I don't know, I might be wasting my time here, but we'll see. I'm going to take my chances. Turn the work lights on for these guys so they can get stuff done. Because they still have 64,000 pounds of fresh fish to process. No, I did not cancel setting the net. What are you doing? Okay. I don't know why I did that. It shouldn't have. I gotta bump him in to start instead of... There we go. I guess I can't get out of the captain's seat when I'm setting a net, which is really weird because I can go back here and be sitting back here and put that net back there by myself and click the thing and it doesn't cancel it. Oh, because I hit the F button to get out of the chair, that's why. Stop driving and stop sitting. Okay, so yeah. Okay, that makes sense why it stopped it this time. Come on, turn back to the right, turn back to the right. There you go. No damaging of the net. I already damaged one. I mean, we still at the boat right there, which is really what I wanted to try to look at when I was getting out of the seat, because he doesn't look like a trawl boat. That's the whole reason why I was getting out of the seat, was to see if I could get a look at him through the monocular, but he's behind this pole right now, so we'll get the next one ready. I'm not seeing nothing right here though, so I'm a little leery about tossing lines out for, or nets out for nothing, but that's these might, I'm gonna go to 15. I'm gonna stop at 15 is what I'm gonna do. And now he's behind that screen, so I'll go see. Okay, well, it is what it is. I can't see him right now very well, but it looks like an ocean runner. We're gonna find out here in a second though, because I'm gonna go over here and look. Is that pots on the back of his boat? Or is that a trawler? Be a tiny trawler if it's a trawler. No, it's not a trawler. He's got some buoys over there. That might be our buoys though. Alright, let's set the next one out here. Nets. And we do have fish coming through, but I'm starting to think that those might be mackerels, not haddocks. I don't know. We'll get out one more and put Josh back over to stacking. He's still got a long ways to go. But we're 57,000 pounds done so far, so. Alright, you're gonna go over here. We don't want no more nets in the hole there. Please tell me you didn't put one there. Nope, okay, you didn't. Good. Alright, so we're just gonna put it out here and then we're gonna travel back to the beginning of the first one. Let these guys work some. Try to get as much of that stuff done as possible. And then, I'm not sure if you can sell them as fresh, gutted. As long as they're gutted, I think it should be fine. I don't think you should have to freeze them and stack them. I mean, maybe we have to. Alright, so we're going to cancel this one here. And then we're going to put one over to here. Back to here. Turn autopilot off. Victor's too tired. I don't know what the Victor was doing. Oh, Victor was stacking. Okay. So we'll, I'm gonna have to put Nora cooking here soon. She's only got 47,000 pounds left. Emma's gonna be coming off in a minute. Oh, man. Alright, let's see where we're at here. We're at 5 hours. So we need to bump forward 14 hours, but I can't do it at 14 hours at a time because I need to make sure that these guys still continue to work. And of course, Emma's too tired, so now we gotta deal with her doing that. I guess give her a food. He's still resting. I really should put her over cooking more food. We're down to 24,000. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for right now. If I have to, I'll pull Josh over here and we can stack it up later on. It'll be frozen at least. Alright, then we'll bump ahead another 2 hours. See who else gets tired. If anybody. See where we're at. See, he still didn't really do much in the gutting department. I don't know why he's not gutting. She's not cooking. He's resting. There he goes. Now he is. Come on, Nora. Tell me you're cooking. There we go. Now I saw it flash. Okay. Now we can bump it, because she should be making a meal every hour. Her skill is high enough, so when we bump 2 hours, there should be 3 meals in there instead of 2. Yep, 3 meals. Okay. Let her rest. We'll put Emma back over here to help with the gutting. These guys are going to be tired in a minute and stop freezing. Put Josh back over here for a little bit, see if we can get some of that stacked up. Let's see where we're at here. 11 hours basically, so we need to go another 8 hours to start. So, actually, we can't do that yet. We gotta make sure they're all moved first and doing something. Until these things start flashing, it doesn't do me any good. That is kind of a glitch in the game a little bit, I guess. So they're both working now. So now we can go. Skip 2 hours. Derek's too tired. Alright, we'll give Derek a food. I need Nora to go back to cooking. He's going to stop freezing here in a minute too. Victor's... What is Victor good at? He's stacker, right? Yeah, he's 13 on stacking, so they're quite a bit ahead on that, so we're going to put him over here. Josh is going to be tired. Drew's going to be tired. Emma will continue to gut. So let's get Victor working, and then as soon as he starts working, we'll bump ahead another 2 hours. At the moment, we have basically 6 to go before we can start collecting the nets. And he's still walking up to his freezer, or stacker. He's going to go in one of the, I think this door here is a stacking and this door's a freezing, or vice versa, I can't remember. He should start working any second now. There we go. See how fast it flashes too? Means he's, you know, pretty good worker on that. Alright, well Josh is gonna come off there in a minute. So is Rudy, but maybe I only want to do 1 hour this time. Yeah, I have to see, that's kind of where I was at. I knew they were both going to be needing food. Get them both eating here. And I guess kind of put this guy back to eating again too, so he can, we'll bump ahead another hour. See where we're at, because we know we still got 5 hours to go. Hey, it's daylight. That's a good sign. She's down to 11,000 kilos to go. She's got 3 meals made again. Derek can start freezing. Yeah, Derek can start freezing again. He's got enough stamina to last a little while. I mean, he's got max stamina 9, so that should last like 4 hours to play. Be close to being done, I think, by then. So let's bump this ahead I think in 1 more hour again because Nora's gonna have 4 meals made then. I don't want her just standing around doing nothing. I want her actually doing something and still eating so she can actually just rest for a minute. And we got, what, 4 hours to go, I believe, right? Oh, 3 hours to go. Okay, so we're going to bump it ahead 1 more hour. See where we're at real quick. And this is a little boring, but it's, you know, trying to manage the people. Alright, Josh. What's Josh good at? Josh was good at stacking, and Rudy was the freezer. Yeah, okay. So we're going to put Rudy back to there, Josh back to there. Nora's got a little stamina back, so we're going to pop her back over here. Actually, I'm going to save her, because I'm going to need her for hauling nets. And we're going to bump ahead the 2 hours left. And that should put us complete on some of these nets. How many of them turned? Okay, just 2. That's good. And then we got, she's done. She can go back to rest. I need you, Nora. These guys can continue to work for right now, and we'll see what happens. Alright, let's go over here, and hopefully we have a bunch of fish over here. Because I would like to, like I said, fill this boat up one time with net fishing for sure, and then probably fill the boat up a couple times with long lining, which we are set up for already. We already have the gear purchased and the abilities to do so. No fish were caught, not in season, so it was mackerel. I was kind of worried about that. Man, what a waste of time. Well, you live and you learn, I guess. I should have been looking for redfish or something. I don't know. I don't want to travel back with all this open space. That's why I put the extra nets out. And I should have just went back to the same spot I was in and just... I'm worried about overfishing a section and then having like no fish to catch later on. I'm glad I stopped at 15. That's for sure. Which is strange to me because it's not lobster season, it's not crab season. I mean, we are September 18th. Who knows, maybe we'll run into something over here that has something decent in it too. We'll find out. I'm beginning to think that was all mackerel though. And I was looking at the sonar wrong. Which is kind of a bummer. I mean, what do you do though? Learn from your mistakes and make sure not to do it again, I guess. I mean, the nets are cheap enough. I could just leave them out here and let them rot, but why waste the time and or the little bit of money that. Plus, I mean, these still guys have a lot of work still to do, so it's fine. I mean, what is there? Still 60,000 pounds of fish to finish freezing and stacking. Oh, like I said, sure buggered this one up. I guess I could go back down to this area here. What do we got up here? Haddock 14 days ago. Maybe we can go up here and look and see if we can find the haddock. I just don't want to stay in one spot too long and not have the fish we need. I mean, this is a big boat with a big fuel tank. You know, a lot of dollars paid out to crew members. We have 6 of them working. Her stamina is still good. I think she'll make it through the 15 nets this time. Since we're not actually hauling anything. She's only working for a second, then back off work. While I drive to the next line, or next set. If I was making a video, this is where I'd pause the recording and pick up all these net and go lay them out somewhere else, and then unpause it and say, okay, well, we switched to a different spot. Here's the net, it's layout. But being it's a live stream, can't do that. Just got to pick them up, and I mean, I guess I could go out and lay out more nets, but and then come back and pick these up later. But if you wait too long, they rot away. I'm gonna miss this enough if I'm not careful. Yep, I know, no fish were caught. Yada yada yada. We know this already. Just let us have our nets back. What a bummer, because I really thought we were in a good spot too. I mean, yeah, but that for sure is cod. So those are mackerel. That's the reason why we didn't catch anything. And of course, the tuna fish and swordfish aren't going to be caught in these nets. They're only caught on deep lines. So, I mean, I get it, but it's still frustrating. Current's kind of pushing us in a weird angle too today. I don't know, it's acting weird. Alright, so we got what, 8 nets left to go. Well, on the positive side, I mean, we're staying ahead of the switching of the color of the nets. I'm not going to bump ahead the 2 hours to make sure the other ones turn blue when we get over there either. I'm just going to start running down them, and if they're green and I start catching something, then I might stop and actually bump the time ahead for the other ones. But I'm thinking it's going to be all macro over there too. Victor's too tired to work. What the heck was Victor doing? He was stacking. Alright, well, I need M over here, nor over here, so that's just going to have to wait, and they're going to have to keep freezing. Why is this number not going down? The fish are all gutted. These guys are supposedly stacking. Okay, that's weird. Let's move Derek there. Move Derek back. Move Josh over here. Now let's put him over here, see what happens. For a second. They stopped flashing, so they're not doing anything. Put them back. this number is still not going down. So I still got 12,000 pounds of gutted fish, but they're not freezing it. Maybe because I have too much in the freezer already. Gotta wait for this number to come down before we can get more. I could have swore I had like 70,000 the other day though. Well, let's reset him over here, I guess, and see what happens. Give him a food, let him eat some food a little bit. Put Nora back to cooking. I might move Emma over to help me with those other ones real quick. Because we still got, like I said, 5 up here. So there and there. Alright, let's see. Well, Emma, I need your help, so you're coming out to help me. It's only be for a few seconds. Pick up these 5 lines and go from there. Like I said, I figured there's gonna be no fish caught, so not in season. We'll just cruise along here and packing fish is stacking. I wish it would tell you how many fish he's doing per hour, or how many kilos he's doing an hour. Like in Fishing Barents Sea, you could scroll over him and see this guy's doing 750 kilograms an hour, or 750 fish an hour, or something. Same with the gutting and the freezing. You can see how good they were doing. She is finally cooking now. These guys are, let them eat a little bit longer, and we still got time to move around to figure out where we're going to fish anyway. And we got 2 more nets out here. This one's out here a little ways. This must have been where he was having problems putting the net into place to drop out. We're going to search a little bit of the north where they saw some haddock like a week ago and see if we can get into some good haddock and red fishing, or redfish fishing. If not, we'll go back down a little further south and hit that spot that I was at earlier today. Just need to figure out the migration patterns, that's all. Okay, so he is done. Let's put him on freezing and see if it starts moving. Turn. Don't do this to me. Down the side of the boat. Hit it on the wrong side. We'll pick it up on the other side. Screw it. Just travel over the top of our nets. No big deal. At least we actually know where the net's at now, though. We'll get the last one here and then figure out where we're going to go. This is still not moving. That's kind of bothersome to me. I'm kind of wondering if she's not done gutting over here. So So yeah, he's gonna go over here and start stacking fish up then. Okay, let's put Emma here for a minute. She'll walk over to the table so she starts bending over to do anything. Where are you going? Where are you going, Emma? Yeah, right there. Yeah, see, she's not doing anything. So the fish are all gutted. Alright. Now let's put her in the freezer and see if she starts freezing fish then. You're going the wrong way. It's back over here. Freezer's over here, isn't it? There you go. She's flashing like she's doing something, but nothing's coming down here. Which is kind of worrisome that it's not going to work. Alright, let's go up here, see if we can find some fish. See if we can watch where the boats are going. I think they're all traveling out this way though. I'm still gonna look over here though. Those are mackerel, mackerel, mackerel. Alright, so she's still not really doing anything. Because how is this going up? Well, there's nobody there. Oh, it's going up and down 1/10 of a. Some of these games kind of like freak me out at times. So I'm gonna put her over here. I'm gonna put her over here. Get them all resting. Get this guy. He already has food. Never mind. Just gonna let him rest up a little bit. We're gonna hit the V button. Bump ahead an hour. And see if I can get things reset that way. Alright, so Josh and Victor are my stackers. I need to put these two over here for freezing. These guys are the stackers. These two are the gutters. So I want them like this. Get her back to cooking for a minute. See if these guys actually start freezing or not, or if they're just bumping their skill level ahead with no fish getting froze. You know, look at the sonar while we're waiting. Yeah, it looks like all had our mackerel, so we're not going to fish there. Interesting. I'm on a serious delay. It's like a 30-second delay when it's normally a 5-second delay. So I don't remember changing any of the settings. Alright, so they're freezing, obviously, supposedly, but the machine gut fish is not coming down, so I do not know what to do here. Maybe bump ahead 1 hour, let her make her last meal. Okay, Victor leveled up. What's Victor doing? This is Victor here, right? No, Victor's just sitting over here. Okay. She has her 4 meals made. We'll let her sit. I guess I'm going to save this career and then reload it. See if that gets him working. Not quite sure what else to do there. Alright, so Derek needs to move back over here. Still, they're not really doing. Let's see, Rudy was the other freezer? Yeah. So put him on freezing. Put Derek on freezing. Put these two on stacking. And then we'll wait till they get into their spots first, I guess. Go from there, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back to town to reset it. But we're we're not getting... Oh, hey, we're in redfish country now, too. That's good. Where are we at here on the map now? Alright, so I want to maybe bump over here, and then back to here. I want to get these guys set and working first, all of them. Alright, so we got 3 or 4 working, 4 or 4 working, okay. Now let's speed this ahead like this. Look at the fish sonar. So that's haddock there. That's redfish. That's silverhawk. Silverhawk. That is obviously mackerel, which is what we don't want. So let's look over here. Oh, it's finally starting to go. Yes, that redid it. Okay. Whew, man, I was worried there for a minute. Alright, so I'm going to put... I think Emma's going to go over here and prepare the pot. And we're going to set up a line heading out this direction. And we'll want the autopilot on. Unfortunately, we're going to reset this every single time you save. It won't say at 33 like it's supposed to. And it has to go the slow way. There's no like scrolling and making it fast. Lose those. Bump this back out here. And he should start traveling right away. And then as soon as these nets are set, she's trying to get back there. She's just really slow. Alright, prepare the net. Let's drop them down. Hopefully we can do it at some good fishing spots here and catch a bunch. We got silverhawk there, we got redfish. That looks like silverhawk, redfish. I don't know what that is. That looks like pollock. Haddock there, mackerel, silverhawk. So it's not going to be the best fishing we've had, but I think it'll be alright. You know, watch it be dead now and have to go actually the fish behind us. Alright, we're going to put out another one. This here, I believe, is a cod. We're not going to catch that, obviously. But we still have silverhawk and redfish here. I'd like to see it a little denser. But again, like I said, it might be behind us too. So we're just going to travel with, like, probably 5 nets out this way. And maybe we'll turn around and do 5 behind us. I don't know. Do 5 this way, 5 over here. Maybe 5 up this way. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But that's haddock, pollock, silverhawk. So obviously, if it's spread back here, we'd be getting some mackerel still. So we don't want to get. We want to get away from the mackerel if we can. Why hasn't my boat stopped? Come on. Keep putting that net out. Got another net set ready to go. So as soon as we get 100 meters away from this one, we can drop it down, and we're getting a few more fish in here. So that's a good sign. We're heading towards the fish. Come on, there we go. So that's a mackerel there too. So I think that's a mackerel. A couple of redfish. Pollock. This might actually be a decent run. We might just do a set of 10 if we got good fishing. I mean, good numbers on the screen, and just keep putting 10 out, and then we'll put 10 more. Current below the boat, 1.8 kilometers. That's up. Man, that's way down there. More than a mile. this is going to be a good spot for redfish, looks like. Maybe some haddock. I wish those net spots would come in like that thick where we're putting the net down. And I've seen people come out here and do fishing where they target a specific type, like they'll purposely miss on the silverhack and the haddock or whatever because they're going after strictly redfish. And I'm not sure that's a good way to do it, because I mean the quotas, if you don't fill the quotas as you go, you're gonna have to come back later on and hit those quotas anyway. So why not go ahead and hit them now? I mean, because we got 1.3 million kilograms of haddock, 1.5 kilograms of haddock, a million kilograms of haddock. Why is the boat not moving? Come on. Back to quotas. 1.6 million for redfish, 1.2 million for silverhake. So I mean, I just think it would be in your best interest. I guess now we're getting more mackerel and tuna fish here. I'm gonna wait to see what the sonar does here before I think about setting another net right here. And that's a haddock though, so yeah, we'll go ahead and set it. Maybe we'll still catch them. That's a pollock there. Let's see, what was Victor doing? Victor was stacking. Victor needs a meal. Put him. Shoot, I need to leave him there for right now. There you go, some redfish. This is what I want to see when I'm putting the net out. These fish coming across there. So this should be a good net. Number 6. I'm gonna look at that one when we come back through. Make sure that 6 is a good one. Josh is not working now too, man. Bunch of lazy bums. These guys are not stacking up very, freezing very fast. I mean, these guys went through 30,000 kilograms, and these guys still haven't finished off the 11,000 that was here. That's number 6. I think is going to be a good one. Hopefully, we can get this next one set down and be in a good spot of fish too. I think I'm going to do 10 out, 10 down, 10 back. Because we still need a ton of fish to fill this boat. So we got just the tail end of that, so that redfish, that silverhawk should be in there. That haddock will be in there. Let's see what else we got. I can't tell what that is. Silverhawk, maybe redfish. So we still got a good quantity of little schools coming through here. That one's not going to be as good. 7's going to be mediocre, I'm thinking. Pollock, redfish, redfish, redfish. But again, I mean, it could be. Do you not have a net? Oh man, come on. I could have had that out and catch all that stuff right there. Man, alright. But yeah, 10 up, 10 down. Or 10 down, 10 up, however you want to do it. I don't know. I know we're missing one net, I believe, because maybe that's the next set. What is that down there? That is haddock, redfish, and silverhake. And we are barely moving. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Pollock, silverhake, silverhake, silverhake. So this is going to be number 8's going to be a little light because it has a lot of the smaller fish in the area. And there's still a few redfish and haddock too, but so she got the next one set all ready to go. We still got plenty of fuel too, so I mean we could stay here for quite a while. I think I might just cut the tail end of that guy. Got these here. That's a mackerel though. We don't care about that one. But silver hake, silver hake. I want to see more redfish come across the screen. I want to see it like this across this area. But haddock, redfish, that's good. I'm trying to kind of keep an eye on this too while we do this. I don't want to damage the nets. I don't want to see the mackerel though. That's kind of alright, so we'll have one more here to go. And then I think we're going to turn around. These guys done yet? No? Not quite. Okay. Turn around and go back up the other direction. I just don't know to go north or south of this. I mean, I guess I could come down here, lay 5 across here and 5 across here like this. Now I think I'm going to come back over here and lay 10 out this way. And just pray that I got it in the right spot. And I'll bump it ahead probably 4 hours. So that I have a little break in between this end of this line and the next line that I put down. We got a little bit of fish here at the end. I think I'm going to move this one over, start over like here. Because I'm seeing more mackerel and tuna, a couple silver hake. Alright, let me get rid of that one. I want to bump probably to there, I guess. So we got a little gap in between. Don't want to be too close. Something like that, I think. And then we'll put the next line out there. And now we're going to hit V, hit F, bump ahead 4 hours, hit OK, back to fishing. These guys are done. I'm just going to move them straight over to here to stack these up because they have the better energy right at the moment. Look at the sonar. Come on, girl. Set me a net. Let's go. Prepare a net. Let's go. Come on. Alright, we got a net prepared. We are not moving though because I forgot the autopilot's off. Alright, this looks like some pretty decent numbers in here, so maybe we'll do better on this set. I mean, I think we'll do fine on both of them, but I mean, we got redfish, silver hakes, or haddock, redfish, pollock, redfish. So we definitely have more activity a little further south. I just think the other spot that we were in was a little too far south or something. Yeah, because this, oh man, I'm liking 11 from what I've seen go across the screen so far. Does she have another one set up later? She does. Good girl. Good job, Emma. Let me look over here, see how these guys are doing. They're doing okay. As soon as that's available, I'm going to drop that net. Get 20 of them out here, get them all pulled in, and we'll be pretty close to full, I think. That'll have us 35 nets of fish. And what do we have? 172,000 divided by 15. That was an average of 11,000 a piece. So if we multiply that times 35, that'll put us at like 400,000 pounds of fish. Or 400,000 kilos, I mean. Why are you not grabbing the next net? Come on, girl. Work with me here. Which, you know, and that's of course if we don't hit good spots of like 20 Ks. I mean, we could be done at 15 nets and have to just go through and dump out the other 5 nets. Because if I hit 20K a piece, that's going to be 300,000. But I don't think we're going to hit 20K on every single net, so that's why I'm going to put out 20 of them. I want to get as close to the 500 mark as possible without going over, if we can. And we're getting good fish quantities down here. I mean, we got pollock, silverhake, redfish. I saw some haddock a little bit ago. I haven't seen any for a little bit, but just trying to find the fish. There's a haddock there. I don't want to see the mackerel though. There's another haddock down here on the bottom too. And I don't know how deep these nets go either. If they're just top fish or if they're bottom nets, or because when you look at the thing, it says net deep lining. So I'm thinking that these nets are like way far down in the ground or way down under the water, and just the buoys are above. With lines going to the buoys. What I don't want to see is a bunch of tuna fish. If we see a bunch of tuna fish, that's not good because it's usually around the mackerel. Which of course, you know, mackerel are just those tiny little bait fish you go out and trawl for. Pollock, silverhake, I can't tell what that is. Redfish, okay, mackerel, redfish. That's a haddock there, I think. Yeah, mackerel, silverhake. So I mean, we still got some good quantities coming. Look at the way it looks now, though. Over the last 1 kilometer, that's a good section of fish there. We just keep having it come across the screen, so I'm happy with that. We'll get 5 more nets set out, and we'll go to the beginning and start hauling them. I really don't want to see many mackerels in this area, though, because that does deplete I think my total numbers. It may not be 15s, it might be like 12s instead, because the population isn't as dense because the mackerel are around. But I'm not exactly sure if that is in their algorithm or not. Definitely thinking that I might want to put a marker right here for redfish and silverhake, though. Haddock in this area. Like just this general area. We got this haddock here from 14 days ago, but let's go. We're just gonna put it. I want to say diagonal across here. We'll go silverhake and haddock in the general area, so we know. Because we might come back out here with the long lines, or the long lines, and lay out 1,000-meter hooks. This is going to be a good payday, though, if we catch some fish on these lines or nets. I brought in 270 kilos with the long lines, and I ended up putting out 1.2 million, I believe it was the payday one on, for the same amount of time that I was doing deep netting, making $1 million, or deep lining, I mean, for tuna and swordfish, which I do want to do some more tuna and swordfish, and it's coming up on the end of the season, so I do have to kind of keep that in mind, because their season ends like end of October for those two. Then they don't come back around again until, well, blues start in June, but August for swordfish. So I mean, I don't want to. There's only a 3-month period here, and we're in the middle of September right now. And I would like to catch some more of those. I might do that off screen for this one though. We still have the same boat. We can use it. I don't believe we can do deep lining on this boat. But here, at the end of October, crabbing season starts. And then we have crabbing all the way through till April, well, end of March. If we go down here and actually look at this thing down here, it says March 31st, so, but then the April 22nd, lobster starts, so we can have that set up and start going out and looking around. You know, we can do some trawling or whatever in the middle here. And then we'll have a full year of fishing in. So we're probably gonna do 2 or 3 trips on the maybe even 4 trips of crab fishing. I want to do, you know, a couple trips of lobster fishing. And again, this thing will hold 500 kilograms, so I mean that's a lot of lobster fishing. Got to make sure we bring enough bait with this. We'll take the max amount of bait and put it in the thing, and I mean we'll have to do a little work on it and do some chopping and stuff. So I'm sure the bait setup's going to be back here somewhere. I'm almost positive it's going to be dropping out the back here. I mean, we could take the ocean runner out and use 40 pots, but I kind of like the idea of doing 120 pots on this boat. Alright, we've got one more net to go. And now that she has it set and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and put her back to rest. Because I don't want to have any more sitting back on the back. These guys are just about done here. And let's see, Victor and Josh are my normal 2 stackers. That's why it's going a little slower over here, because these guys are doing it. I'm going to put Nora back to cooking for a little bit. We're in a slow boat over here to the first one. As soon as we drop this net, I'm going to change the view. Well, the line, I mean. So I want to clear that one out. I want to go straight up here and then back over here. So the boat's just going to start turning here in a second. We're going to kick it up to full speed while it turns. But if we look at the time of the nets, this one's 6 hours in, and this one's an hour in, so we have time to come down through these, and then if we had to, we'll bump it ahead an hour or 2, and then come back through these. Make sure everybody's back to where they're working. These guys are done, so I can move them back over here to rest. Who's my best repairer? Is it Josh? Josh has a 4. Yeah, he's probably, might as well just use him, since he's the fullest at the moment. Repair that little 2% there. But I kind of wanted to cruise across here this slow way because I wanted to look at the sonar. We'll probably just jump over there in a second as soon as I get everybody in their proper spots. These guys are still walking back, they're not resting yet, so. Okay, so she's cooking now. As soon as Josh starts repairing, which I think he's still walking up to do at the moment, yeah. But we have 172,000 kilos of stacked fish now, which is really weird because it says we have 172,119 here, and it says we have 126 here. Alright, so Josh is working now. I just saw it flash. Now we can fast travel up here. And I don't want to bump ahead too far because I want them to rest too between the time they get done doing their job there and the time that we actually go and so Emma leveled up. We're at 100% again, so I'm gonna put these guys back over here. We have full meals cooked. Look at the map real quick and see how much more we need to go. So we need to go another 11 hours. So they should all be rested up by then. We're gonna anchor up, and 11 hours is gonna put us 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1,300 hours. And if I look at my map now, the first ones are just now starting to turn, so that's perfect. We'll go back to fishing, and we will put, I think Nora was the best one for hauling. Yeah. And she's got more stamina now too, so that's good. So we'll put her here, and away we go. I do not see one out there. What is going on? Where's it at? I should probably look in the right direction. There we go. Looking the wrong way on the boat. That doesn't help. So number 6 is the one 6 and 11 are the ones I was really looking forward to seeing. Get some perfects going across here. Maybe fill this boat up. Be nice. I have no idea what a 13 is going to bring me. Probably about, I don't know, 7,000, 8,000 maybe if I'm lucky. But I mean, we're catching fish again, so we're not in a bad spot. That's fine. Those okays I'm getting are not okay though. I need goods and perfects all the way. And I will put her to rest when we go to the, so yeah, 7,000. That's kind of where I figured it would be at. That's fine. When we go to switch from this row to the other row, I will put her to rest so she doesn't lose stamina in that process. And I guess we're going to put Emma by herself for a few minutes. I want to keep looking at the sonar here, see if it's still a good spot to come back and put more nets down if need be. We start getting into some 15s. There we go. And as long as I can hit some perfects and not hit like okays, we're doing good. Buggered that one up. I used to think on this little mini game when I first started playing, you had to hit it on the way up, and there was no way back down. So you only got one swing at it. Then I watched somebody else doing it, and I learned about this way, and oh man, this is so much easier. think about it, trying to, when the screen comes up, you have to almost click, oh, you know, click like that to try to get it. Or you can wait and say, okay, there we go, good. So 11,000 on that one, that's okay. That's a good amount. We got about 18,000 right now. That's fine. Come over here and catch this one real quick. The amount of distance we traveled here, I could probably put 2 deep lines in. If I can fit 2 deep lines in here, if it's really good fishing, let's say 50,000 a piece. So I mean, I'm looking to have 100,000 pounds off these 10 nets total. We're all together, and we're at 18. So I mean. Granted, some are going to be better than others. You know, get a couple of 20s in there, and these 7s and 8s and 9s won't matter quite as much. We want to basically have at least a 10,000 kilos per net average. That was a big redfish, and so is this one here too. And I'm actually doing this myself, not having them do it, because I've heard of nets being damaged and catch not being come up because they miss a lot. So until I can have 2 people that are good at net hauling, I don't want to put them on it by themselves. And right now I only have one, which is Nora. I'm going to max her skill out on net hauling and then bring in the second one to start raising their skill level up. Obviously, I probably won't do all of that on screen, but starting next month too, in October, we're going to start paying attention to where the crabs are at and start marking them on the map so we can have some idea where to go when November starts. And this boat keeps turning to the right. $15, please, 15. Thank you. I need some good catches here. That's a big haddock there. I'm not sure if people want to see the catch reports either or not. I mean, if you do, say something if you're watching. I don't mind showing the reports. I normally just go through and clear them out real quick so I don't have to worry about them. Definitely have some big looking fish coming through here, so hopefully this is a dense net and we have lots of weight in here. Part of the reason why I'm doing this too is because I want to make sure and get these guys stamina up, and if I'm keeping them busy with gutting of fish and hauling nets and so on and so forth. Man, that was a 15 when we got 9,000 on it. Wow, that's horrible. But as you can see, we're not seeing a whole lot. We get a lot of mackerel, tuna fish, swordfish, mackerel. So we're probably not going to be coming back here. Come on, boat. Work with me here. Why are you fighting me? I mean, there still is some other fish in here too, but... I need to have like a 20 to 25,000 pound net come through to make sure that this is actually worth doing. The haddock and the pollock look really similar when they're coming across the deck here, which is weird because the icons and the sonar and the map are different. Okay, 13,000 on that one. This is the one I'm really interested in seeing how much is there. Now before I get going too fast here, I want to. She's got 2,000. I'm gonna put Josh, I think. It's Josh. Josh has 7 on machine gunning, so yeah, we're gonna put him on to help her. And then we're not gonna put Rudy over there yet. We're gonna leave him sitting there for right now. Actually, we'll put Rudy over there. We'll wait on moving Derek over there. And we'll start picking up this net. Like I said, this is the one I was really interested in knowing how much was there because it was so dense when we went and dropped this net. This one in 11. So I'm hoping it's 15. Only 10. Wow, that is weird. Because it was super densely populated going across here. I don't understand this game. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, 6 was a bust. Longline may be the way to go then. Just takes so darn long to put out one line. $3,400. Okay, so we were at 172 when we started. We're at 220, so we've got 48,000 kilos after 6 lines. So I mean, it's still better than. Actually, let me check this real quick. If we put a mark here and then a mark out here, which is the length of those two, that's 2.5 kilometers. So that's. But I also have 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 kilometers off that. So that's basically the equivalent of 1.5 long lines. So 1.5 long lines. I mean, I should be at least with good fishing, 90,000 after 10 nets. So I need a 9,000 average. And we're at 48,000 after 6 nets. So that means if these 4 aren't very good, then we're not going to make it. I basically need these ones to be 12,000 apiece. Which, I mean, we could have one that's 25,000 and that changes everything too. So I mean, I think my biggest one so far was 22, almost 23,000 kilos for a 165 meter net. So basically 2 of those covers a full good fishing 1,000 meter long line. I mean, it would be helpful if I could hit more perfects, but two more to go. One more on this line, and it is a haddock. Alright, so I've got 12,000 on that one. And again, like we look at these, I'm not sure if people want to see these or not, but we got 3950, 37, 20, almost 2400, almost 2000. You know, so this one really crappy. This one was pretty good. So I just normally just read all of them, and I don't really, it doesn't matter. I mean, I already have the fish on board now. So we'll cruise over here to keep watching the sonar. It's looking like we're getting mackerel and stuff in here, so this is probably not going to be a place we're going to come back to. And I'm not seeing the same numbers I saw when we came through before. Probably because they're in our hold now. But yeah, you know, they're basically 40,000 over the next 3 lines to be 100,000 for this line with this run of 10. I mean, we could do really, you know, 90,000 on this one, and we could do 120 on the next one. So it's kind of a trial and error trying to figure out where things are at, and see if you can get spot on the fish or not. Still not quite sure how I'm hitting so many goods, because it looks like it's hitting perfect, and all of a sudden it says good. But the color's still blue on that thing. I'm not quite sure if I need to hit it like dead center in the middle, if I need to hit it when it's blue. It's just, I don't know, it's I'm trying to hit it right dead center in the middle, but that seems to be the one where it's hitting perfect, but the color scheme thing is what's throwing me off. Like, that was a perfect, but when it went away it was green, and then I've hit goods and see it was orange that time. That was 16,000 fish, that's a good one. Yeah, so trying to figure out what's what sometimes. In fact, let's look at that real quick. That was 1,000 haddock, 1,300 redfish, 600 pollock, and 1,200 silverhake. Like that. I've got 2 lines left. Looking for another what, 24? Yeah, another 24,000 pounds. So I mean, we could do it. We could hit our 90,000, which would be great. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm going to wait and see what happens here. I would like to break my record of having 22K for a net. to see that okay, that's for sure. And I also don't know if it's like in fishing Barents Sea where you get 5% for hitting a perfect, 3% for a good, and 0% for an okay, and then it restarts if you hit a miss, or if it just only 9,000 pounds. Okay, so that means this is, unless we have like the biggest net possible out of range. Or no, we still need 14,000. 14,000 will put us at 100,000. We're actually only need 4,000 away from hitting 9. Because we were at 172 and we're at 258 now. So, yeah, this is actually better than longlining, I think, in terms of if you're on the fish and catching them. But if you're not on the fish, then, I mean, it's a lot more of a waste of time. And I really need to have a better person with stamina for this. But I don't know who I should put over here. I was kind of trying to keep the girls on the hauling of the net and the machine gutting until they're maxed out, and then I'll put like one machine gutter and put one to freezing or something, so that there's some diversity and they build their skill levels up. I'm not sure how their percentages change as their skills go up either, for the overall take of the products that we get back at the sell back at the ports. Man, not many perfects this time. And of course, I hit 200 right after I say that. That was a good finish. 13,000, so yeah, we're just like, we're about 99,000 for 10 nets, which is pretty good, I think. So we're gonna move her back over here for a second. And they have, so we count this up, we got 88 and 8 is 96, 97, 98, 99, yeah, about 99 and a half almost. 1,000 kilos off those nets. Alright, let's travel to here and then back to here and see where we're at. Alright, we got 2 hours to bump forward. Let's see how these guys are doing. Let's see. Do I want to put Derek over there freezing yet? Or no. I need to wait till I can get Nora over there. Maybe I'll put... Who is this? This is Josh. How is Josh on net hauling? Only a 4. Emma is a 5. Derek is a 3. Victor, 3. And Rudy, 3. Alright, so if I put Josh, build his skill level up on net hauling. Because I really need to keep Emma hauling, or cutting fish, because her and Nora are the 2 best ones. So let's put Josh here, put Derek over here. Derek can start machine gutting, even though he's not like great at it. He's still got a 7 on it. See if we can get ahead a little more for this. And then I can put, after we get these next lines over, I can get them into their proper spots. And I want to get her stamina up a little bit more before I put her back. So let's see, we're at, I need to go 2 hours. Actually, I need to make sure they're already all in place first. Josh over here to rest while we do that. That's nice. Her stamina's going up. That's good. Alright, these three are working. Now we can bump ahead 2 hours and start hauling these next set of lines. Alright, Josh, you're going to come over here. He's one of my stackers. I can put him over there. He's going to start stacking fish. And we can go back to this view. And I can try to find me a buoy, which looks like it's right there. Have to be a nice little stratum right there. Oh wait, I'm missing the one right in front of me though. Whoops. Let's slow this down a little bit, turn more. Did I put Josh out there? Yeah, I did, okay. Must be some serious currents right there. Or wind or something. Alright, hopefully we got some good numbers here. It's really weird how the good moves around by the way you're looking at it. So is the perfect. If you move your mouse a little bit like this, it changes where it lands on the screen where it says perfect, okay, good. That was 7,200. We're going to have to come to the right a little bit. Come on, boat. Come on, boat. Let's turn. We are barely moving. Now we're cooking along. I think we're going to run this set of nets out, get everything gutted up and frozen and stacked, and go back to port. See if we can bring in a 400k haul here, 400k plus. Gonna need 130,000 pounds on this 10 nets, and the first one was 7, so probably gonna be under 400k, but that's what I'm shooting for. And if I have to, I can put 3 of them on cuttings. There's a hand cutter there that can do some work too. I for sure want to have everything gutted. Obviously, I'll get more money for it, I think, if it's stacked, but and you know, of course, the more perks we get, the more fish we get too. I really do think that has an effect on it. Nice. Only 9,000 though. catching. Yeah, just not a dense quantity of fish. I need more quantity of fish is what I need. That's alright. We'll still be 350, 360 going in, so that'll be fine. I'll be happy with that. If I can ever get my boat to turn to the right. If it doesn't work too well, try to use side thrusters on it, so. It doesn't turn well when it's going slow either. Yeah, it'll cut through and turn pretty good when it's going fast, but if it's going slow, it just doesn't want to crank and turn. It's a big money, no whammy, stop. For those that remember that show. I mean, they look like big fish. I wish the graphics would change for like if you had like a 600-pound tuna, it'd be like double the size of the normal ones, or if you had like a 100-pound tuna, it'd be half the size of a normal one. Instead of just having one graphic go across the board for everything. Like if you have a 30-pound cod, it should be twice the size of a normal, you know, or I don't know if that's the right weight or not, but. And we can look at the catch thing here in a second. So this one was 7,000, but so you had 488, so that's approximately 5 kilos per haddock. So if you have a haddock that comes through that's 10 kilos, it should be twice the size of one that's 5, and one that's 2.5 should be, you know, smaller than that. It shouldn't be the same graphic going across. I know that'd be hard to do in the grand scheme of things, but I think that'd be awesome if they could do that. Look at this real quick. She's almost done. Derek is my freezer, so we're going to put him on freezing. We're going to bring Nora over here, and then we're going to go back and pick up these nets. Then we'll move Josh down to stacking. See, I'm seeing a lot of mackerel right now too, so there's not going to be much fish in here right now. They've already moved on to a different area. I just don't know if they went north or if they went south. We're going to pick these last ones up in the dark. Can we keep the redfish coming? I want to see more redfish. That's a silver hake there. And this is the haddock. Or the pollock, one of the two. Alright, so 11,000 on that. That's pretty good. Do we have our searchlight on? No, we do. Okay. It's just not working. next one's over here a little bit somewhere. I think it's right there. So yeah, we're 307,000 kilos with 5 lines to go. 5 nets to go. The nice thing about the catch thing too is you can go back and look at your logbook and see that, let me see if I can go down here and find one. So here's a net that caught 22K, but unfortunately it's not showing. Probably because I already looked at it once, I don't know. But if we go even further back, maybe this is 22K here. This one here, 53,000. That was a long line. So that's, you know, basically the equivalent of 6 nets. Trying to stay lined up where I can get going straight towards the next one too, but the current is throwing me off back and forth, and it's just hard to keep going straight. Alright, well, let's see where we're at here. Only 11 on this one. What a bummer. This will be like 5,000 if we're lucky. That was 8 perfects and 3 goods, and we had 11 total for 4,300 kilos. We're definitely not in a good spot for fishing right now. We're going to have to do some tip searching, and then lay out like, I think I'm gonna switch over to long lines for the next video. Lay out like 5 long lines in the area or something, and see if we can get 250 per trip in or something. I don't know. But like I said, I don't want to lay out too many long lines and get stuck having fish go to waste. Because if we have fish go to waste, then it kills the population, and we didn't make any money off of it. better, 10,000. Alright, we got, what, 17, 18, 4 lanes left. See how these guys are doing over here. Yeah, they got a long ways to go. Holy crap. Well, here's what it is. We'll get them all done here shortly, and you see the wind's trying to push us to the right and back. That's part of the reason I'm having such a problem with the keeping it going straight. Yeah, I think we'd have to have like I don't know, 18,000 pound, 17,000 pound average for the next 4 lines to make 100,000 for these 10. These last ones have not been that great. I do like how it makes that hook sound into it, like you're trying to bring in a long line or a deep line. I would definitely like to get a couple of net haulers to full skill range. I think its top is 20 also. 17,000 pounds on that one. Wow, that was amazing. If we had more perfects, we could have been at that 18,000 pound range. Which is weird because there's not fish shown on the sonar. That, I mean, that's all mackerel. I think these last 3 nets kind of curve to the left too. What's really cool about this game is the nighttime lighting too. It's like you'll see the aurora borealis and you'll see the moonlight. It'll be brighter at times because there's no cloud cover. It's kind of a neat feature they put into it. And I don't know if you can use damage nets on this, but there's definitely a damage net somewhere in there because I had one that was probably like, I don't know, 80% damage, so I couldn't turn back into when I was laying it out there. The autopilot was trying to take over and we weren't fully turned, and it kind of tore the net before I realized what was going on. Well, not tore the net, but damaged it. I guess damaging it would be tearing it. And there's 14. Doesn't make sense. I mean, it's in the same area Why is one 4,000 and one's 16,000, and then 14,000? Just like I said, and then all we're seeing is mackerel. So I mean, I have no idea where the fish are at now. I did this on a whim, hoping that I would find a good spot for them. We got 2 left, and we need a 9,500 average on the tube, I think. That'll put us at 372, which would be 200k off of 20 lines, or 20 nets. What I want to see is a bunch of these redfish coming through here. That's where my weight comes from. That and haddock. Haddock pollock. The silver hake, real light. And of course, the more perfect, the better too. Alright, 10,000. That's good, that's good. We've got 1 net left over here. Again, all I'm seeing is mackerel on the screen though, so if we scroll back here, we'll see tuna fish, mackerel, tuna fish. There's a cod in there. Again, cod's not in season either. A few swordfish. So we're not going to be dropping more nets out here, because then we'll just go through that thing we did midstream where we had no fish caught because they're not in season. Come on, boat, turn, turn, turn. We are puttering along here, barely moving. Until we get right to the net, then it starts to move. Alright, so need like 9,000 pounds or kilos to make it 200k for the 10 or 20 nets, which I'd be fine with. I mean, obviously I was hoping to be more than that, but we had 15 nets. There was 172,000. So those were like what, 11,500 a piece average. Then we had 15 nets that were 0. That was a really killer average. And then these 20 gonna average about 10k a piece. Alright, so we look at that one, 12,000. That puts us at 376,000 total. But If you look at the silver hake, 986, it's 2100, so that's about 2.5 pounds a piece. Look at the haddock, it's 833 for 4,000 pounds, so that's probably 4.75 pounds a piece, or kilos a piece. The redfish, about 4 a piece. Pollock is about 5 kilos a piece. So, yeah, I mean, closer to 6, maybe 5.5. If we read all these real quick, get rid of those. Let's look at the big one here, 16. So 1,135 haddock. So again, multiply that by 5. You're looking at 5 kilos, almost 5 kilos. Redfish, same thing. It's going to be just under 5 kilos. Silver hake, 2.5. Pollock, 5. So I mean, we want to really target these 3 here for weight. And then this one if we want to just, do whatever. But we have 147,000 pounds need to be gutted. So what we could do, it took the, this one doesn't have it. Before there was a hand gutter in here too. So I was able to put another one as for hand gutting. They took it out. Bummer. Because it was there before when I first bought the boat. So I believe Josh was my stacker though. Let me double check that. Yeah, he's a stacker. So these guys will catch up. I'll put one of them on break. And we're just going to start boating up here towards... Well, for right now I'm just going to boat this direction is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go like, I don't know, 1 to 2 kilometers, stop, check on them. Because I don't want to have these guys not catching up or getting too much and then these guys are working and not actually moving anything. And same thing with these guys here. I want them to be able to have fish, so I want to make sure that these guys are staying ahead of these guys and these guys are staying ahead of these guys. So we'll scroll back out here, cruise up another, I don't know, 2 or 3 kilometers, maybe 4. Check on them again. We still got 121,000 pounds ungutted. That's insane. 12,800 haddock. 7,500 pollock. Looks like they've done all the redfish. Yeah, they've already done the redfish. So now they're working on looks like they're working on haddock now. And of course, as you can see, the stacked frozen. And then, man, it's hard to keep track. Okay, that's all stacked there. So we got 225 of the 376 kilos done. I guess I can just run up here. Let me find out where we need to go first. Oh, we have pollock, red. Okay, so these are all like 4 to 480 in Yarmouth. What I should do is I should go to Digby so I can get that crab boat cheaper and sell them there. We got $5 a kilo for pollock. What about Dennis Point? 452. I wish there was a way that gave us like a median, like you could look at this and see what the average normal price was. 465 for redfish and Blockport. Looks like we're going to be going to 4 different places. Because Digby's going to be for pollock. I'm going to write this down real quick. Let's see, Digby. It's going to be the pollock. Okay, so now we'll look for haddock. 323 in Digby. 391 in Dennis Point. Let's see, and this is for the haddock. was it? 391 in Dennis Point. So far, 391 in Dennis Point's the best one. Okay, so that's going to be Yarmouth. Alright, so redfish is 403 in Yarmouth, 483 in Lundberg. Lundberg at the moment, Lundberg at the moment. Looks like Lundberg for, so Lundberg for redfish. And the Silverhawk is 406, 419 in Yarmouth. Eagle's Head, 429. Digby, 425. I wonder how much weight we actually have, because if it's only 4 cents different, we might do Digby for that one too. So let me look at the weight on the... Alright, so we got stacked fish. It doesn't tell me how much I have. There we go. 22,000 pounds, kilos. 4 cents a kilo, that's only like $880. And then there's 16,000 kilos there, non-stacked. This is fresh, another 5, so I mean, you're only looking at a couple $1,000, so I'm not going to move that. I'm going to put those in Digby too. So we have to go to 3 different spots. We have to go to Lundberg for the reds, and then Yarmouth for the haddock, and Digby for the pollock and silvers. So we're going to change this direction because we need to go over here first, and let's just go right to there. And we'll start traveling along and just wait till someone passes out, and then we'll look to see what's happening. I can't believe that Josh is too tired to work. Okay, Josh is too tired to work, and Victor's gonna be stopping work here soon. Still got 80,000 to where'd that question? Oh, there it is. We're going to stop there, do a quick little detour, because we might as well get the waypoint. Alright, so give him a food too. I should put Nora over here cooking for a few too, because we're going to need food here shortly. Put a waypoint back over here, turn the autopilot on so it just starts going. Let all these people get into their place and start doing their stuff before we start speeding ahead of time again. If this wasn't a live stream, I would again cut stream it and or pause video and let these guys get all done. But because it's a live stream, we're just gonna have to kind of go with the flow, and hopefully be done here in like the next 10 minutes. Been up for almost 3 hours now, trying to catch this load of fish. I mean, we did pretty good. We got 376,000 kilos on here. Alright, so she's cooking, they're working, they're resting. Let's go ahead and move forward a little bit. See how everybody's looking. Alright, we're going to put Nora on resting for a minute. Josh and Victor back over here, stacking. I mean, we're still moving right now because of the autopilot, so that's fine. Yes, we should be. Yeah, we are. Okay. I don't want to feed her. These guys are going to catch her really fast if I don't put someone over here too, though. And I can't hand gut because I don't have the table. Or I can just go out there and gut it all. Alright, well everybody's working, everybody's getting energy, so I guess we'll just bump it ahead like a kilometer or so. And she's gonna stop working. Alright, give her a food too. She's still eating, so we're gonna let that run. If these guys catch up, they catch up, I guess. I mean, not a whole lot we can do about it. They're not even moving again. It's glitched out. Crap. I think we just need to get up to the port and then figure it out from there. So we're gonna travel, and travel. Autopilot on. And unfortunately, just what we gotta do for a moment. She's working already. Come on, Nora. Get to your workstation. Start working. There we go. Because Nora's definitely the best cooker we have. And the best longline hauler. She's a 10 on machine gutting. Emma is good at machine gutting, cooking, and pot hauling. So we'll definitely need her for crab season. We're gonna probably put this guy, Rudy, and they've got 9 for pot. There's baiting and setting, so we'll probably put him in there. So we have crab season coming up soon, so I'm trying to kind of figure out where we want to put everybody then too. Alright, so let's run forward to there. See if these guys started working again. Yeah, it's going up and down, okay. So now they're actually pulling again. I still got 50,000 pounds to go though, or kilos to go. There's going to be some time skipping here shortly. And 3 of them just went, oh, nope, I'm done. Alright, so put that there, that there, and I guess put her back over here for a minute. What I should do is I should put them all the way and then just anchor up for a second. So to get these guys all back into their bunks for rest, I'm gonna bump ahead like 5 hours. These guys are gonna catch up and just be sitting there, but I need to she's resting now. Come on, you 3. Alright, those 2 are now Nora. Are you in your bunk yet, lady? Get in your bunk. Come on. Alright, Nora's resting now too, okay. So now we're going to anchor up and bump ahead like 5 hours. Because we just need their stamina back. Derek's too tired. He's on barely even touching it anyway. I'm gonna put Nora and Emma back here. I need that fish gutted right away. And then Rudy's just going to be falling down here in a minute. But nothing I mean, 311 of it's stacked already out of 376. I mean, we only got, what, 65,000 kilos to go. Frustrating. That's the one bad thing about this type of fishing is you don't get to just go back and not have it gutted. You have to gut it too. I mean, I guess we could just gut it and not freeze it, but look at catch times here. You know, some of it was 2 days ago. Granted, that stuff was 3 days ago, but you know, a lot of that stuff is already frozen, so it doesn't matter. The gutting, doing really good. Not many ones, a couple twos, mainly fives, fours, threes. I mean, that's good. Quota we can't really tell because we haven't delivered it yet. I believe this is all from the previous deliveries. Alright, everybody working? Everybody resting? Let's I guess bump forward another 5 hours and see what happens. I mean, alright, so we have 4,000 pounds left here. Derek's going to start freezing it again. We're going to let these two here take a little break for a few while Derek starts catching up on the quota that's done. As soon as he starts flashing again, I'm going to bump the time ahead again, because we're almost to port. It's like right back in there, or somewhere, right over here somewhere, yeah. I could probably get rid of this thing here. Oh no, there's that one, and then we're going to travel that way, yeah. So we got a little ways to go. Alright, come on, Derek, come on, get out there. Because he's going to start pulling from here, making a stack here. So he's working now. So I think we could do probably like 2 hours maybe, because they don't have a whole lot left to gut. Yeah, so the gutting's done. Now we can put, let's let Emma help here. Let's let Nora cook. And then we'll put our 2 stackers back over here. Actually, we're going to let Emma rest. Put Rudy back over here. And then we'll bump time again. Probably 2 hours, I think will take care of it all. Because these two here will stack faster than these guys are going to be able to freeze, I think. Because Rudy and Derek freezes at 11, Rudy freezes at 12, but Victor stacks at 16 and Josh stacks at 15, so they should be able to stack faster than these guys can freeze. Should be able to. Alright, we got everybody working over there. She's cooking. I'm going to bump it ahead 4 hours, so I have 4 fresh meals from Nora. And then we're going to look over here, and they are done. Alright, so Victor's there. Put Nora away. Put Josh away. Put Derek away. Put him away. And then, hey look, there's no fish here. Let's fast travel the rest of the way up here. And dock. And we're going to sell just the haddock here. So we're going to go off and just the haddock. So the normal sell price is $3.20. Pollock was $5.31 though. That's not what it was showing before. I need to look at the prices before I decide on that. Because the prices look like they changed now. We were going to sell the haddock in Yarmouth, the redfish in Loonberg, and the silverhawk was in Digby. So silver, Digby is 424. Bloomberg, it's 405. The haddock is 390. Yarmouth, it's 4. Alright, so the haddock's still the same. The redfish and pollock. Pollock was in Digby at 499. But I believe here in Bloomberg it's now, oh, it's 425. What was it just showing me on the thing though? Alright, let me back out of this. We're gonna just sell exactly what we planned on selling. Saw catch. Redfish only. But that looks like it's higher. Maybe because of my percentage change. Interesting. It's telling me 509 here for the silver hake. But if I look over here at the finance chart, silver hake is 419 in Yarmouth. Bloomberg, which we're at, is 405. Lockport's 406. Ingalls Head's 428. Digby is 424. Dennis Point is 363. Why are these numbers not matching up to the sell thing? Plus 25% for gutted. They're still fresh, that's 100% payment. And I still want to sell the pollock. We're still going to go to other places, we're just going to sell this here. So, $462,727.92. If we do all species, it was 1,848,316.52. I just want to see if it actually is doing it properly. Alright, so we sold that one, and we went up to a sophisticated fisher. Now we're going to go over here to Yarmouth, because those numbers haven't changed yet, so I mean, hopefully the haddock is a better price here, like it's supposed to be. We're going to dock, yes, sell catch, haddock showing 504, pollock showing 607. As you can see, it's a plus 26% on that one. So if we go with just the haddock here like we planned, it's going to be 479,701.92. And sell catch. And then we're going to go to Digby to sell the rest of it, because I also want to look at the boat that we're going to be buying up here. Actually, there's two boats we're going to look for up here. One's a trawler and one's a crab boat. So let's dock up, sell the fish. That's 830. So we actually would have sold it for more had we have sold it in the other spot, because this is going to be 1.6, 1.7. Not much different, but 1. So it was 1,848,000, and this way it's going to be sorry, doing a little math here. Alright, so this way it's 1,772,000. If we would have sold it all there in Lundberg, it would have been 1,848,000. So feature reference, I guess we'll just go with one and stick with it. So as you can see up here, we're rigged for netting. We can rig for Longline, which we have equipment already for that too, because I already have the long lines, 80 of them, 10,000 hooks, and I believe they're already baited too. I have some shrimp, some crab, some of everything, so depending on where we're at. I do have some empty ones here from the ones I actually used up the other day too, I believe. Yeah. So I'll have to look to see what I have total to replenish that. But we can also purchase and rig up for lobster on this boat, and if we do that, it's 120 lobster pots we can carry. But the other thing I want to look at while we're here, because there's two other boats I want. I believe this one, yeah, this is like the Saga, which is a snow crab boat. We'll lose one of our crew members, but that's fine because we only need to have we'll have to have a crane operator, person baiting the pots. I can put the fresh bait into the grind, that's fine. But this one's only 4.9 million, whereas the other one that we were looking at is 6.6, almost 6.7. And then the other boat that I wanted to look at, let's see, what's this one? That's just a pleasure boat, whatever. Is I believe over at Ingalls Head, which is right over here. It's a trawling boat. Because, I mean, I want to get that boat too. That looks like a nice boat. Alright, so, and obviously our reputation's not as good here, so it's going to cost us more. But we can always go with this for 200 lobster pots too for the not guilty, but it's pretty cheap. Which we might end up doing. And I cannot find the boat that I want now too, because that is not the one I want. I know it's not in Yarmouth. I'll have to look off screen and figure it out. But I want to do some trawl fishing, and I want to do some crabbing. So I'm not sure if I should buy the crab boat now or wait till see if we can get a little better price on it than having a better reputation. Because if we have a better reputation, it should, I believe, help us with the cost of pricing on stuff too. Or maybe it's just the pricing of selling fish. Yeah, it's just for selling fish and spending money. Base your reputation each port by completing jobs, selling fish, and spending money. Okay, no, yeah, so it's not going to help us in the cost of the boat. But, so, yeah, we're going to look at, for sure this one here, the Scarlet, which is, like I said, this is the Saga boat, and Deadliest Catch. And then, we're also going to look at a trawler. There's a Dexter in, Yarmouth. It's like 5 million for that one. Not the same price. But we have 26, but we're like 27 million in debt right now. I mean, I could pay a bunch of that off and not have the payments. Or we could try to catch some more fish. Or we can go with a different crab boat and have more crew members too. Because I believe the Coastern holds 6 people. But I don't think it holds in as much crab either though. So we'll have to look at that. So I'm going to cut this stream off. We'll look into doing some more of that here probably in the next episode. Do some longline fishing on this boat, and then as we get closer and into October, we're going to do a jumps skipping of time and get right into November so that we can do some crab fishing. That is something I definitely want to do. And I think you guys would enjoy it too. It's a different type of fishery, and it's a different type of look. It's very enjoyable. So until the next one, you guys have a good one. I'll see you next.